Soldiers of the 16th Special Forces Brigade are on duty. During a special operation, they destroyed an enemy shelter in the direction of Krasnoarmysk. The enemy refused to surrender. The outcome was clear.
Контакт, контакт!
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe and like.
Давайте это зажгем. Поближе, давай. Сработало, сработало.
Following the FAB 3000 attack, 25 Ukrainian soldiers surrendered. The Russian Air Force is leveling all 5-story buildings in Pokrovsk with similar attacks. A Russian operator encounters a Ukrainian soldier on a bicycle while conducting reconnaissance in Kutkivka. Russian special forces raided a building where Ukrainian forces were hiding. They engaged in close-range combat. The Russians infiltrated the building step by step, clearing each room as they advanced. Follow us for exclusive footage.
У нас, походу, гости.
Another creation by a crazy designer was burned by a KVN operator in the direction of Orikovo. A rocket launcher system was installed in the back of the pickup truck. If you noticed, the vehicle was abandoned with all doors open. This allowed the vehicle to be easily destroyed. Russian FPV drone operators encountered a group of Ukrainian forces infantry hiding in buildings and basements in another section of the front and launched successive attacks. All shelters were destroyed. A single UAV strike captures a group of Ukrainian forces infantry in the Primorsk region. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. A Russian drone was dispatched to locate 2 Ukrainian soldiers hiding among the bushes. The Russian drone operator destroyed the shelter covered with heavy concrete. First, he disabled the closing lid, then entered the shelter. Russian UAV operators tracked Ukrainian UAV operators' Mavic reconnaissance UAVs, resulting in the exposure of the Ukrainian forces' UAV operators' control point. Then, ammunition-loaded FPV drones were deployed, and the control center was destroyed. Donbass. Near the village of Grishino, a KVN FPV drone operator from the Rubicon Center spotted a BMP-2 on the side of the road while pursuing an armored vehicle belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces. The operator had to make a quick decision. Should he shoot at the moving armored vehicle or the parked BMP-2. Ultimately, the operator attacked and destroyed the BMP-2. Kharkiv direction. A Ukrainian armed forces UAV control point and its equipment were destroyed. An explosion occurred, and a fire broke out as a result of the FPV drone entering the shelter. The 1st Tank Army's aerial reconnaissance using UAVs revealed the Ukrainian forces' preparations in time. The wooden rafts were burned in time by attack-purpose FPV UAVs. As a result of an attack, the Humvee rolled over and went off the road. Several FPV drones that followed completely destroyed the vehicle. A fiber-optic drone tracked and destroyed a vehicle belonging to Ukrainian forces. The vehicle was equipped with a REB system. However, this system is ineffective against fiber-optic cables. Sumy direction. Russian operators caught up with the enemy's retreating artillery unit. Now they can only hit the nearest scrap metal collection point. Russian fiber-optic drones destroyed numerous pickup trucks and armored vehicles belonging to Ukrainian forces in the forest belt throughout the day. Now the soldiers must wait to be evacuated. But in the meantime, another Russian FPV drone could return at any moment. Another Ukrainian armed forces pickup truck was disabled by UAV operators. The drone operator slowly approached the truck from behind. Sumy direction. Kupiansk direction. Russian FPV drone operators placed a piece of wood in front of a Ukrainian armed forces drone in order to shoot it down in mid-air. In this way, both the body of their drone was not damaged, and they managed to break the wings of the drone they wanted to shoot down. Every day we see new images of drones fighting in the air. Sometimes we see drones being armed with single-bullet guns. How else do you think drones can be armed? The Ukrainian Armed Forces UAV Control Center was detected near Novosergeyevka. First, the personnel inside the control center were hit, and then the UAV control antennas were hit. The sudden appearance of drones on the battlefield and their small size seemed to make the work of the soldiers in the war a little difficult. If you destroy one drone, a second one can appear immediately. Cheap, powerful, and very fast weapons of war. Anwar Special Forces support the attack on Kursk-Gwevo. 2 Ukrainians monitored the movement of the infantry. He recorded the coordinates of the building they entered and blew it up with an attack drone. Then, the building burned down. FA-B-3000 airstrike on a dam near Popovka, Belgorod region, where the Ukrainian armed forces moved armored vehicles. Zaporizhzhia direction, Lobkovoy village. After active offensive actions and a series of activities in the airspace, the paratroopers of the 247th Regiment took control of this settlement. Russian tank crews attack Ukrainian armed forces positions near the settlement of Chasiv Yar. The group of 4 tanks disperses when they get close to the settlement, and a few of them advance towards the settlement center, while others go to the forest belt. All positions were destroyed. The drone operator of the 14th Separate Guard Brigade of the Vostok Special Forces destroyed temporary deployment points, basements, houses, and garages used by the armed forces of Ukraine in the direction of South Donetsk. In this video clip, you can see how Russian drone operators easily destroy a large number of houses with drones. Leave your thoughts on FPV drones in the comments. In the direction of Seversk, Russian drone operators found the UAV control point of the Ukrainian armed forces. Russian operators tracked a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone, and this movement led them to the checkpoint. Attack drones then moved in, and the Ukrainian UAV control point was destroyed. The Russian Molnia UAV made a very hard landing on a Ukrainian armed forces vehicle exactly 20 kilometers from the line of contact. This is how the whole thing was captured on camera.
Що це? Да. Куди? Тихо, собрались, спокойно. Вещи собираем, быстро уходим. Юра, заглуши вас.
Footage of the shot-down vehicle. Konstantinovka. Reconnaissance of the 27th Artillery Regiment of the 6th Division. The Ukrainian armed forces control the supply routes, and every day it destroys Ukrainian transportation. As a result of the coordinated work of the artillery and drone operators, the vehicle used by Ukrainian soldiers was shot down, and the equipment that the soldiers landed in the forest was destroyed by the artillery. In Kharkiv region, an armored vehicle of the Ukrainian armed forces hit a mine in the middle of the road. In Sumy region, the movement of 2 motorized infantrymen of the armed forces of Ukraine was detected. Russian drone operators followed them, and when they were parked in the forest belt, attack drones were activated and flew directly at the 2 soldiers. Two Russian servicemen destroyed the basement where the Ukrainian armed forces personnel were located by throwing an anti-tank mine into the basement. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. The Russian Defense Ministry reported that FPV UAV operators of the South Troops destroyed an armored HMMWV and a pickup truck of the armed forces of Ukraine near the village of Myskoye. As far as I can see from the video, the drone that carried out the attack is the Prince of Novgorod Vandal fiber optic drone. The video shows robotic platforms destroying Ukrainian positions. Kupiansk direction. Russian troops are attacking trenches and bunkers actively used by the Ukrainian armed forces with ground UAVs. What do you think about these ground UAVs? Write your opinion in the comments. UAV operators of the 35th Combined Arms Army of the Vostok Group detected a bunker of the Ukrainian armed forces in the forest belt. They then destroyed the bunker and its equipment with a fiber optic drone loaded with heavy ammunition. Destroyed a 122mm 2S1 self-propelled howitzer with a lancet attack near the Serebryansky forestry on the Krasnolimansk direction.